Look. There we go. Hey, we like to make it interesting here. Hello and welcome back to Epic Lag 1. And this time, I've got a new face next to me. I don't know where Vlad is, but who the hell are you? Who are you, man?
What are you talking about? I'm Vlad. I'm definitely Vlad.
Anyway. We've casted, right? I think we have.
A little bit, yeah. So, yeah, see, look, it says wax on the screen.
Yeah,
Come on, people can read.
Exactly. But obviously, all jokes aside, I'm joined by my boy, Mr. One Wing, if you already know him. We've been casting collegiate, ESEA stuff for the last 5 months. That's why we're here. We're here to have fun. Wing, what do you think about Epic?
Oh, it's been an absolute experience so far. Absolutely loving it. First one for us. We say we cast a lot of collegiate. We're kind of doing that again today. We've got the former NSC summer champions, BU1.5 men, taking on REY ESPORTS. A very fiery matchup. Obviously, REY acquiring Orub, arguably BU's star player for our own roster. Both teams kind of having a bit of a rough start so far.
Very true.
Yeah, BU1.5 men, so far only 5 rounds to their name in all of Epic, which has been a bit of a disappointment. I mean, I had them as potentially an upset team, so I maybe look a little bit silly with that.
Well, very, very true. But who do we have to thank for all of this around us, Mr. Wing?
That was, come on, you could have got a more smooth sponsor transition than that. Anyway, thank you to all our partners over at Intel, Overclockers UK, and Asus ROG for supporting EPIC44.
Without them, none of this would be a thing, and I mean, all the cheers and the shouts, I don't think we wouldn't be able to experience that. So, obviously, huge thanks to them. Now, why is this matchup being streamed? What is so special about it for me and you? What is it about it?
Yeah, this is something that some people may know. We are actually both Bournemouth alumni. So
Who would have thought?
Yeah, never would have guessed.
Who would have thought?
I'm not going to give away who I'm cheering for in this team, in this matchup, but yeah. Obviously, we've played with Orub on the REY roster. Like I said, they're having a bit of a rough season, not just at Epic Land, but in total. They're kind of mid-table in UKIC Div 2 at the moment. A couple of disappointing results not going their way. And yeah, I think they'll be expecting a little bit more than what they've shown us so far.
Yeah, it's and to talk about BU1.5 men, obviously, they don't really do a lot of things outside of Epic, like UKIC, all of that stuff. Obviously, they're all graduated, they're all alumni. So this is kind of just more of a laugh around, have fun moment. So the fact they also got, a game against Rob, I mean, it's perfect.
As soon as we saw this matchup, we knew we wanted to do this one.
Yeah, so, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, obviously, BU1.5 men, veterans of the collegiate scene, very strong roster. As we said, won NSC Summer 23 along with Orub. Obviously, he is now gone, replacing them as Jay is Vexed, who is a very strong relationship with the BUHM boys, very close with them over a long period of time. So I don't have any worries about him slotting into this roster whatsoever. It's mainly just about whether BU1.5 men will be able to outthink the way a team, including Orb, will play. And because I think if it's based purely on firepower, REY should walk this. But we like a little upset, and if a team is low on confidence, as potentially REY might be, it's not. But as you say, they've been struggling with results. They've also been struggling with tech issues for a little bit of the day.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
Game 1, I think it was potentially. I think it was Bog playing without a headset because it just would not work. So it's not been the smoothest ride for them so far. They do have hopes of getting higher up into playoffs, but
can they reach it? I mean, what do you think REY should expect from this tournament?
Obviously,
how far do you think they can get? Is the question.
Having spoken with the REY boys, they want to get at least top 16.
Top 16.
They are 12th seed, so they should realistically be doing that. Some of the members maybe want to aim a little bit higher, but yeah, from what I've seen from REY, I would say they should be very happy with top 16 if they get there. Though that is the main question for me. I don't see them as potential title contenders, unfortunately.
Well. That being said, we got the map bans coming in, and Wing, you actually called this right before it started. Anubis. REY love it.
Yeah.
Do you think they can take this?
I've seen quite a few REY games on Anubis, and they seem to play it a lot, but it's not a map I've seen them excel on too much.
Right.
BU1.5 men, obviously back during their day, it was a relatively new map into the competitive pool, so it'd be interesting to see how many reps they've had on it, how in sync these guys are as a team on it. I know they play a lot together outside of competition, so I'm sure they will be able to put up a decent fight, but it's against a full-on team who's been cracking it quite religiously and swears by this map. It's going to be very tough for BU. I think. I'm quite. I'm surprised. Yeah, Nuke was the.
They
second
left Nuke late.
I was predicting a Nuke Nuke map pool. I think.
I know you love your Nuke.
I love the Nuke, man. It's the best map in the pool. Anyway, but yeah, I think Nuke is the map that BU had a lot of success on, and I think Orub chiming in at the end there said, yeah, we're getting rid of that. They could upset us here, so I think REY playing it very safe here.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Let's get some early predictions in. We are known for our caster's curse.
Every prediction we make is absolutely wrong.
Everything. It's kind of our thing. It's it's what we live by. Who are you going to be supporting? Obviously, we're both Bournemouth fans, but
yeah.
What side do we go on? Who picks what?
The head says REY. The head says REY should be relatively
I'm sticking with half men.
Yeah.
BUHM half men.
The head is saying REY should absolutely win this one. But the heart.
Scoreline?
The heart says
do you think it's close?
No, I don't think it's close. I think it should be like maybe 13-5 in favour of REY.
13-5. So you think it's going to be just an absolute stomping by?
I'd like to be proven wrong. As many times I have been in the past, I would like to be proven wrong on this occasion. So, like I said, heart with BU on this one.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think because of recent results and stuff. I think LAN is like a time for these teams to, try and cement themselves, get some paces in early. REY, I'm looking at them. I want them to do good. And do you think that, like a win against, obviously, close rivals, do you think that could maybe help them jump the ladder a little bit?
Potentially. Obviously, getting off to a winning start against Discord server, a somewhat comfortable win despite the tech issues, a very narrow loss to Adept Club.
Right.
So if a couple of rounds had gone their way, if some other circumstances outside of the control had gone their way, we could be talking about a REY that's in a very good form at the moment. But unfortunately, that's not the way the pins have fallen on this occasion.
Yeah, so I mean, it's best of one.
I think REY will be looking for a confidence boost. Obviously,
yes.
The previous game just before the break that we had was against TLR, and it was a complete whitewash. Like TLR absolutely stomped them, unfortunately.
I mean, it happens.
They will be, like I said, looking to get their tournament back on track, keep those playoff hopes alive, keep those top 8 hopes alive potentially. So, hoping for a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we cast quite a lot of BO1s, and we already know what goes down in those BO1s. Absolutely anything can happen, and whenever we predict a team, I think we always forget, that little pinch of just CS2. Absolutely anything can happen in the game. The Ecos, the Tech 9s, Mac 10s. We saw a little bit of that earlier today in the game. I think we'll probably see more, especially on a map like Anubis. I think things will get very spicy. So
yeah, a map where the T side is so dominant. If the T side does 100%. Get off to a very strong start, it can be very difficult for the CTs to claw their way back in, especially if the Ts then win that following pistol round on their CT side. That can really swing the momentum. So I think starting on T here is going to be a massive advantage for whoever gets it. And I think
whoever wins the knife round, obviously. Yeah, Anubis. I do like Anubis. I do like maps that I prefer, like a somewhat 50-50 split in terms of CTT. I think Anubis does overstep those boundaries just a little bit. You got Donk saying it's got to go, stuff like that. I think that's maybe a little bit too far. It's a fun map to watch, but I don't know, how do they fix Anubis to the point where maybe it's not that T-sided?
A balanced map doesn't always make a good map, in my opinion. I don't mind the fact that Anubis is so T-sided.
Actually,
it means that teams that really do specialize on that CT side and get the absolute most out of it, they are rewarded so greatly for it because they know that the T side is so strong. I think it adds something unique to the map pool. I wouldn't want every map to be like that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But I like the idea that Anubis is the map that the terrorists can run wild.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. So, I mean, I think we're waiting on one more individual to join the server, so
yeah, we should be up and going in a couple of minutes. But
just like there's the team Yappuccino, we'll have to yap our way through this. So I mean, obviously we're casting later BO3 today, so that'll be a lot of fun at 7 o'clock. But I mean, for this game, I would like an OT. Don't think it'll happen. I mean, we should probably get. Who do you think will be MVP then? So if you think REY will stomp, we can get like an early MVP and see how we compare at the end and see if we actually know what we're talking about.
I think you need to keep your eyes on Tor. I think
Tor?
the Swedish import.
The Swedish import. Okay, we got to keep our,
Yeah, I think
our eyes out.
from what I've seen in REY, he has been very strong in the games.
Okay,
Even when the
okay.
team has struggled, he's been putting up decent numbers. So I think he is arguably the one to watch. Obviously, Chow's calling can be absolutely instrumental to the team. I'd like to see a bit more from the likes of Orup and Ollie. So
I think we do. I mean, just playing with that man, and now we're seeing, you know, getting signed, REY ESPORTS, trying to build something there. Soft spot in my heart.
I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Orup like teaching me a lot of stuff in CS and getting me properly involved in the team side of it. So
we'll see.
Even if I was absolutely rubbish at the game, he was.
I mean, we're both rubbish.
He always had a lot of belief. So
yeah, we're both rubbish. We don't talk about our face-it levels. People will have to find out for themselves how how qualified we are to even be behind
mine's
here.
Not double digits. Mine's not even red.
Yeah, no. Huge props to Orup. We didn't really play a lot with the BUHM men. They very much were in their. We just joined the uni
they were
at that
sort of
point.
on their way out as we were coming in.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So we missed out there.
I still the few games I have played with the BU.5 men boys, they do seem very good. And obviously, I've played against Jay's Vex multiple times in games, and yeah, he's just a very fun. He's a very fun character, and he's also quite a good threat in the server. I remember him putting up some good numbers in games against us. So I'm excited to see what happens. Obviously, competition a step up now for them. So can he replicate those performances? So far, it hasn't proven so. But
True.
I'm hoping. Come on, Heart says BU and HM got this. Come on, Bournemouth.
Oh, look at you, man. Well, I'm just gonna say, like, obviously we're focusing on, like, you know, mid-table right now. Let's get some early shouts in there. Who do you think's winning this? Oh, I say that.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to watch the knife. This is just like back at home. We get to watch the knife round. Oh, I love this.
It's like
the exact same camera. Oh, look at this. This is actually quite important. Whoever starts on this T side.
Yeah, we spoke about earlier. I think the T side, if you can get the momentum rolling on that side, you're basically set for the majority of the game as long as you can convert the easy ones. And we do see. Looks like BU and HM are going to take this one. This could potentially spice up the game. If they get rolling early, it could upset REY and potentially turn this map on its head.
Trained in the streets of London, some would say. BU.5 men winning that.
I mean,
round.
the streets of Bournemouth aren't much safer. Let's be honest.
You're not even wrong. These days, it's not looking too good down south, but it does look like they obviously start on this T side. Why wouldn't you? So you know what, Wing? I've got the absolute pleasure of passing this pistol round over to you on Epic.
All right. So we do see a little smattering of utility for the side of BU and HM. Smoke on a flash on the likes of Adam Stroud and Zeiss. Side of REY, 4-cat sets Kevlar is just tall with the kit and the smoke should the bomb go down. REY stacking towards the A site early, whilst BU looking to work a little bit more towards middle.
Oh.
Yeah. Are they going on this hunt? As soon as they call A main clear, then that could allow the latter players on the rotation to fall off. Adam Stroud is in a position to potentially cut off this A aggression, and now does get the info, but doesn't react in time. Chow taking him down very quickly. The rest of the BUHM swarming into this A site. Bog is on hand to try and play spoiler. Missed pistol shot and does eventually fall down to REY. Ollie chiming in from A main with a triple kill! Straight away, dashing BU hopes already. It's all on REY now. Does manage to take down Ollie, but a 1 versus 3. This is going to be a lot for him to do, and Chow finishing him off. REY taking the pistol. And
lovely setup from them, just having all those players ready. And Ollie, look at this lineup. He gets a little thing from his teammate there, despite all the work he does. But yeah, that's a huge pistol round win on the CT side.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about the T side winning pistol round and potentially getting that momentum rolling, but the CT's winning turns that story sort of on its head. Swings the match, I would say, in favour of REY. Now
no bomb down as well.
Yeah, no bomb plant does mean that BU will be working with just the Glocks. It's going to be quite a rough one for them.
It's Glocks. I mean, just got to focus on REY, make sure they don't lose anybody to these guns, because obviously that will not help them one bit.
Yeah, heavy nade damage in mid. Adam Stroud taking a big chunk of his health already. REY playing this very passively, but they are beginning a bit of a B main walk here. And they do find themselves out, do make contact, but choosing to back away, not giving Zeiss any opportunities to steal away a gun.
Yeah, taking this round slow. I mean, why wouldn't you? Just to discuss some things, get yourselves mentally and physically prepared for that rifle round that will come eventually. See if the MP9 can do something.
Yeah, that re-aggression towards B main. I believe only one body was spotted there, so they might not expect Zeiss still be lurking toward catching the connector push of Adam Stroud. And yeah, Orb cleaning up Ewan in mid. Bog choosing to re-aggress on the back of it as well, trying to split this BU line in half.
A very different type of eco round. I mean, you would maybe expect these Glocks to group up somewhere, but they very much are just, you know, fanned out and just all split up into different, you know, places.
Yeah, and they are going to be converging on Zeiss here. As soon as he goes, this A hit has to come in very quickly, but there's already 2 players on the site and the smoke to keep the T's at bay.
I'm going to just call it now. There's going to be some sort of knife or Zeus kill, especially because of the rivalry. We're going to see some, you know, maybe some scummy things, some, you know, mental warfare. So that might be fun to see. But obviously now, this is what counts. We got the gun round coming in. Obviously some guns carried over for REY, 3 MP9s. We'll see if they decide to do anything with that.
5 alive in the previous, so
yeah, they have to.
Allowing to build themselves a little bit of a bank. A little bit spent on utility, but...
Mac 10
yeah, we
Zeiss.
see the Mac 10 for Zeiss, the rest of them investing into AKs, reception of Ewan on the Galil, choosing to favour the utility. Once again, they look to be putting heavy pressure earlier towards the B site, similar to how they did in the A site, just how they did in the pistol round. Ollie, the sole defender right now, does have Aura rotating into support. So this execute coming in from BUHM.
He just opts to go back and just play retake here. Smart option.
Understandably. T's spending a lot of util. CT's preserving theirs. Ollie catching off Adam Stroud, trying to fight his way into storage.
That flash just caught him out. He turned around there, allowing for that kill to come through from Ollie. Makes it a little bit easier to get into this bomb site, especially half HP on Zeiss.
Yeah, REY kind of exposing the position, and Dice and camera kills in unison. Ewan only comes back with 1, leaving it all on Vex. The man who put it in to replace Rob only manages to get 2. Tor finishing him off. REY moving up to 3, and once again sending BU potentially down to pistols.
Yeah, that's a lovely retake from them. 5 versus 5 in that, and it all starts from that little simple flash play through the smoke. Yeah, here we go. Jay put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, when you got 2 or 3 guys swinging into you, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, and the thing I love there from REY is lacking no sense of ego from Ollie on that A site, knowing that in the 5 versus 5, his team definitely has the advantage just because of the skill of those players, not giving away his life early and putting the man advantage in favour of BUHM.
Some players might just ego peak that, but like you said,
yeah, the discipline and of course being rewarded with it with that kill onto Adam Stroud.
Exactly that. Now they got to face the horde of the Tech 9s. We already know what these guns can do.
Yeah, Tech 9s.
Bit stupid in my opinion, but hey, welcome to CS2.
Yeah, I'd say Tech 9's probably more scary than the Mac 10 in my opinion, just because of that one-shot potential and the moving accuracy.
Oh, the smoke thrown in.
Yeah, REY being tagged by the smoke, information given away, and this double setup from the plat. Chow only able to get 1. Bog missed shot on
what
the
is going on?
Adam takes down Chow. It's 4 versus 3 in favour of REY, but Adam Stroud on the M4 is only 1 HP. Potentially has to juggle that rifle over to another player with more on him. Bomb. Still yet to go down here. Zeiss has it on the site, and now it is planted.
This round could be a complete disaster for REY. Obviously, they do have the guns to get into this, but like you said, the Tech 9s, they're already proven frightful. Let's see if they can step up once again.
Yeah, Flash is choosing to aggress in.
They're blind.
Has too many angles to clear, and Zeiss taking him down. Bog does reply with the kill to Adam Stroud. But Ewan from the jail position, and Zeiss finishing him off. BU1.5 men taking their first round of the game so far. And it's Tech 9s. It's just the Tech 9s.
You can hear the cheers from them. That makes them very happy. That's why I can never like you know, kind of close my eyes or just not really care about the round when you got those pistols in play. We've seen it happen so many times. Tech 9s, 5.7s, P250s. You should think that should just be a complete sweep for the opposite team with the rifles, but yeah, that's an insane round to pick up. Hopefully that can kickstart some sort of momentum for them on the favorite T side, obviously. So, and yeah, we got Bog also.
Yeah, down to a 5.7 himself, hoping to potentially repeat what BUHM did in that round. Now aggression coming through. Ollie, a bit of a team flash there. Does get Adam Stroud off the angle, however. REY in a position from towards the rugs. Just try and catch off any aggression, but REY falling off slightly here. And Bog, 5.7 does ring out. Is traded out by Vex. And Adam Stroud with a double kill in through the fire and the flames. Ollie's Molotov does finish him off, but he's done a massive amount of damage to the side of REY here. One player alone on each site. BU have the whole map to play with. Vex on the bomb towards the middle, and we do see them grouping up potentially for a B hit coming in here. And it seems to be quite well timed as Tor begins to rotate off of the site, grouping up with Rob on that A site.
Yeah, this is really well timed.
Yeah, if they just go dry here, they do have the utility for full execute. If they go dry, they will find the site is completely empty here, and Jay is doing that.
Yeah, the element surprise. No nades thrown. How would these guys even know?
Yeah, Ray will not know until now as the util finally comes in.
Just save. Why even bother risk it? Especially with the CT economy. These guys are going to have no money coming into the next round.
But they look like they want to go for this. I think Ego.
Is that Ego speaking?
Yeah, Ego may be coming into play, but they are calling it off now. Choosing to group up on beach and save the guns.
5 rounds in. So Rave started pretty decently. And it's taken some miracles from the Tech-9s, everyone chipping in from BUHM. How many rounds do you think Ray would need minimum to make this a easy victory when they swap back over?
I think honestly, I don't want to put BU down, but I think 3 may be enough for Ray, to be honest.
My word.
I think the sheer mechanical ability that they've got on their T side, where they will be able to control the pace, I think that should be enough for them. But obviously, if you are one of the Ray players, you don't want to get it that close. You want to go into the second half at least within touching distance.
Yeah, I can see them potentially getting 5 or maybe 6 at maybe a big of a reach, but just having a little gander here. Yeah, money is cooked obviously from that, so we'll see how Tor and Rob want to play this. Doubled up perhaps. Are they going to play a passive? Here we go. A bit of a boost being formed with one of the M4s. And BUHM have found out into their defaults.
Yeah, pressuring towards mid. It is Boggs 5-7. He did manage to get a kill with it in the previous, but not on this occasion. Ewan finishing him off.
2 boosts on either side.
Yeah, Ray just not taking any chances. Go full commit, give the rifles the best opportunity possible. A utility coming in, but the bomb that is making its way towards the B site, and it has forced to rotate. This little bit of information, and it's not getting the initial kill gives the game up.
Decent damage, but no kill.
Yeah, it does allow BU to fall away. Tor could be in a position to catch off this rotate. He will be getting the information of the connector aggression.
No way he jumps down.
I mean, that would be ludicrous. No, yeah, he's choosing to.
It'd be very ballsy.
Choosing to play a slightly safer play and flank through B main. And BU are being quite slow about this. He could potentially catch one, but just getting around the corner in time. But Ewan coming back out. The smoke saw ahead. Sees 2 behind him now.
Last bullet headshot.
Last bullet headshot, not aiming at him. You gotta love it. Welcome to CS2, ladies and gentlemen. Adam does fall, but getting another one as well. Okay, I still think. Come on, BU should be closing this one out realistically.
Yeah, try and snipe that AK and get out of here.
Yeah, well, is the 2 rifles saved? So I imagine they just carry those over into next. AK has been recovered now by Orub. But yeah, BU tying it all up now.
Not bad. Our boys are making us proud. I do expect a close game from our alumni. They better not let us down.
Yeah, with 3 alive, you can see the bank balance of the T side beginning to swell somewhat.
Only Ewan who's really struggling, but you got Zeiss, who's the Bank of America for them.
Basically 9k on him, 7k on REY. More than enough for the next couple rounds.
We'll see what Ray try and play here. We saw that water push through Con with 3 players. I like that, but with that strat being used up, I wonder what other secrets they have lurking.
Yeah, Bog and Chow operating with slightly less utility into this one, choosing to forfeit that in favor of the pure firepower of the rifles. Once again, this A-main aggression countered by the Con push. All the knowledge trying their best to delay as much as possible, allow for the aggression to activate, but Jay is vexed still.
This timing could be nuts.
Yeah, if he catches them.
He does catch one.
Bog falling, but does he know?
But Wright's holding to the flank as well.
And Adam taking down Ollie and Heaven once again now. It's all on Chow. BU with a great opportunity to take the lead. And I'm sorry, Chow, I don't think there's a way you can get back into this. Does get the first onto Zeiss, but I still think it's slightly beyond him. Taking away the AK. Adam eventually taking him down. BUHM taking the lead for the first time in this game. And yeah, it's the power of the T side potentially.
You think, I have a theory, Wing, right? Do you think, especially with REY, there's like a level of like, they know mentally they should be winning this game, right? They know they're the quote-unquote better team. This is just a stack of, you know, former students coming in to have a bit of fun. Do you think that mentally for REY that could maybe start to creep on their mind, losing too many rounds? I know it's T-side Anubis, but, you know, that round especially, they crumbled apart. And they could crumble apart here again. Oh, no.
Oh, Tor.
Oh, no.
5-7 ringing out, able to get the first. Jay does take him down, but the quick trade coming in there.
Oh, no.
Tor does eventually get the double kill.
Just as I was talking about them mentally falling apart, the pistols and the SMGs singing loudly.
Yeah, but the A site has fallen in the meantime.
Oh,
the only defender somehow manages to get the kill onto Adam Stroud.
All right, Rob, we got our eyes on you.
But meanwhile, BU still with control of the A site. It is a 4 versus 2 in favor of REY, however. And if REY goes hunting a bit too much, he could get caught out, but the double kill in storage.
Ooh, timing.
Almost secures the round,
Catch
but
one.
Ollie, they don't expect a third. And the double kill onto Ewan as well. REY Esports. Yeah, come on, it's our jinx. You say they're going to struggle.
You know, I mentally set up like an entire thing to talk about them, you know, mentality, you know, pressure under, you know, LAN environment. And then, you know, just swing out B main with some pistols and SMGs. Why not? Why do I speak? Why even? Look at this shot. Yeah, go on, Rob. All right, mate.
Absolutely ludicrous there from Orab.
That's what he does.
I honestly thought REY's double kill there sealed there, but Ollie, they just did not expect the third one. And that kill onto Ewan there, absolutely massive.
Well, 8 rounds have passed. And honestly, I'm looking at just the overall leaderboard. It's quite even. Zeiss has had a bit of a slow start, but REY, you got 3 players on 4 kills. Ollie leading the way. I like it. I like it. There's no standout favorite. You got everyone chipping in, so it's quite a nice watch.
Yeah, it has been a very even game so far. Oh, nice to see Ollie stepping up, as we said in the pre-game. Well, does get one before being traded out, but Boggs does take down Adam Stroud. Numbers in favor of REY. BU quite spread out here. 2 players sort of favoring towards the B site. And just allowing Ewan to work his way through mid, but down to just 2 now, and Orab Jiggle has been spotted, but could potentially call in the rotation. Ewan choosing to fall back, scared of some CT re-aggression. Choosing a regroup, probably just play off each other, play for a trade.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a heavier stack towards this A side. You got Bog posted up on camera, so he's got his back. You got Chow just jiggling. Yeah, they're just very much playing the retake here.
Yeah,
I mean,
Orab having a little look inside, outside of A main, seeing nothing, potentially could call a rotate over towards that B site.
They don't want to let them get the bomb down.
Does look like that Bog is going to bolster the site, especially as the cross smoke comes in. Chow choosing to nade it, try and get a cheeky kill. Not quite deep enough. There's a little tag onto Ewan, but Vex is allowed to cross into the site. 2 players still from long, now with Ollie coming in through the palace.
This is ballsy.
Yeah, Chow forcing through the smoke, but not getting quite through. A great shot from Vex. This could still get out of REY's hands now.
Can the replacement from Rob prove why he has been chosen to represent the BU.5 men roster? There you go.
Yeah,
take down the man that replaced you.
As well. Bog takes it into a 1 versus 1.
There he is.
Shot allows Vex to capitalize. Jay is vexed. Like you said, the man coming in to replace Orab, properly stepping up when they need him most.
Huge round from him. That's what you really expect from somebody like him. Top of the leaderboard now. Let's see if he's got more of that in his, in his locker.
Yeah, seems to be having a great game so far. And BU.5 men, I don't think even they expected themselves to be in this position. 5 and 4 up. It's the T side.
It is T side. We always got to remember it's T side. We could see a complete sweep from REY when they swap over, but
yeah, but
I like
we
it.
do see the force
close.
coming out here from REY. The AWP on Bog. Meanwhile, Chow down to just a deagle. And they are looking like they are favouring 2 players towards connector, potentially considering the canal walk again, but that would walk them straight into Adam Stroud.
Yeah, you got Chow with the deagle this round. We've already seen Rob hit a ridiculous shot. We'll see if he can size up and do the same.
Yeah, Ewan going poking, but Bog
Oh, just
stuck
as
up
I
on
say
him,
it.
but yeah, but Chow, we said Chow just the deagle. The deagle can still do that given the right hands.
Oh, Chow to Adam Stroud. See you in the next round, buddy.
Oh,
come on. Come on. That's the Spanish side coming out, bro. You got to respect it, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, this Chow's canal walk could be caught out. He didn't see the head.
He did not see
He
it.
didn't see the head, and that's caught
Hey,
Jay
Chow!
out as well. Chow getting another one. REY is on high alert as the camera walk does come in, but Bog's brings out once again. Zeiss does take down Ollie, but there's still 2 players on this site. And as soon as he is finished off by Bog, it leaves it all on REY.
Could have a timing here, but we already got Tor here. The Swedish import. Let's see his worth.
Yeah, ready for it. Smoke does bloom, and it does eventually get spammed down by Tor. This has probably been a back and forth game. I'm loving this.
Yeah, they reached those 5 rounds that I said that, would be enough. BU really need these last 2 rounds, honestly. We do have attack coming in. That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
We're used to those, aren't we? But that's more my fault, if anything.
Yeah, looks once again like it is REY being plagued by these technical issues. We said, obviously, in the pre-match that during Game 1, Bog was playing without a headset, so he couldn't talk to his team. So, unfortunately, there seems
little
niggles seem to be propping their heads up once again for REY.
Hey, it's day 1. These little things happen. I mean, it doesn't help, obviously. I'd be lying, but we get to have a little look at what's been going on.
I still can't believe that shot from all over there.
Yeah, all right, mate. I think he used up all his luck on that one. That's what I think.
Yeah, maybe, but then Ollie as well. That headshot was absolutely lovely.
It was lovely, wasn't it?
Absolutely lovely,
just like this day. It's such a lovely day.
Oh, it's such a lovely day.
In Kettering. I mean, this is the furthest north I've ever been, and
that's ludicrous. That's.
I mean, I've traveled to different continents, but in the UK, why else would I go anywhere up? Things get very interesting. That's the best way to put it. I don't want to offend people.
Spoken like a true stuck-up southerner.
Southerner. I mean, I was born in the south of the US. I live in the south of the UK. I guess it's just in my nature. But we don't talk about the south. Interesting history. Anyway,
let's not open up a can of worms we don't want to solve here.
Should we talk about the Independence War, Wing?
No.
I'll get my American flag in here. I've got to cement myself as a proper NA caster.
I can't believe you brought that American flag with you.
No, trust me. There will be a very good time to bring that out. I'm not sure when, but it will open itself up. But yeah, let's talk Counter-Strike because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we are about to get live once again.
Thank goodness.
Tech issues have been resolved
very quickly. So big up to that being solved at a nice manner.
Yeah, and very similar buys for both teams. Rifles, SMG on each side. Bog Wiz still wielding his big green. So will that play the decisive factor in this round?
Yeah, money not really the best on both teams. So, but we already said BU. You want to have a slight chance on Anubis. We're going to have to see some miracles out of you in these last 2 rounds.
Smoke, but couldn't get the shot away. Once again, this A main group from BUHM. Positioned on the bridge, just trying to little look in, see if there's a group up stacking up, but not being presented with an opportunity. Bog coming in to bolster this A site hit that could potentially be coming in.
They love this A side take, don't they?
Yeah,
it's what it's like the only thing they've learned.
Well, we do know they really want to show 1-2 aura, like you can't leave us for nothing. And knowing he plays towards camera, I think they just want to try and abuse his position as much as possible, make him feel really bad about it. So that probably does play quite a major factor.
There we go.
Kills seemingly going all REY's way now.
Jay's still alive. This would be another moment.
Taking down REY is all on Vexed. But he's being swung by 4
people,
but only gets 2 once again. Not quite enough. Basically being put in an unwinnable situation. Low HP on Bog and Ollie.
That's so unlucky.
So it was possible.
It was very possible. He's really been the only one, Jay, that we've seen something, if you know what I mean. Obviously, everyone's kind of been chipping in.
We've had like at the odd round from likes of Adam Stroud and REY, but Jay as Vex has been the big thorn in REY's side this game.
I like how they've played the CT side. They don't, REY. I like how they set it up because you don't really see them fighting as they come into the bomb site. They very much, you know, give them their space to do whatever, and then they capitalize from their mistakes. That's how they've basically gotten these 6 rounds, which I think is more than enough to close out on that T side.
Yeah, Bog seeing a hand, expecting a boost to come in, but will just be mollied out of position instead.
Oh, he's sticking here.
Yeah, does find refuge in the corner, and the smoke allows him to
Here we
escape.
go.
As the Tech Knight's ringing out, but Bog, great opening onto Ewan, picks up.
Oh, this is
10.
something.
Go on, farm those kills. No, chooses to go against it. Tor does take down Adam Stroud in the meantime. Zeiss chasing him down, however. Does get himself into E-Box, but the double nade is going to do massive damage. Chow does finish off Zeiss, but Jay is still alive.
Jay!
Taking heads.
That's what he does.
And yeah, REY still with the man advantage, but with the way Vex is playing right now, we think he wouldn't count against him until he goes down, leaves it all on REY. Does take down Bog, expecting Ollie's aggression through the E-Box.
He's got to find these 1v1s, not get caught up here. This is all going to come down to timing.
Yeah, Ollie will be first point of contact and does take REY down. REY getting 7 on their CT side, putting themselves in a prime position for their T half.
Listen, I want to have hope. I did say REY to win. I know you're counting on your BU boys, but this would have to be some sort of miracle, and it starts with the CT side pistol round. I think this is going to be 13-5.
Yeah, I think if
I'm sorry.
I think if BUHM do not win this pistol round, then I think REY should be walking this, unfortunately.
100%.
But that is still an if. We were talking about
I hope I've not
we were talking about if
them.
the T side win the pistol and the CT won last time. So once again, it is an if about whether if REY win the pistol round, they do potentially walk away with it.
It'd be so like me just to completely jinx REY, and then they're the ones that don't win a single round on this half. But here we go.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you suffer.
Damn, you're a hater.
Anyway, REY is going to be put to the test. This A main walk coming in. Lots of steps, not being quiet about it. REY does only go one and done. Orup trading him out. Ewan trying to support from camera, but realistically needs to wait for the support of his team. Bomb plant down. Two players in towards main here for REY. Jay's smoke could potentially cut them off, but Zeiss falling. And Tor doubling up as well. Ewan does also get 2 though. Sit down. Ollie runs out of bullets, and Ewan finishing him off, leaving it all on Chow. Low HP on both of the BUHM players. It takes a couple of bullets to finish them off. They are choosing to try and fight forwards. Does take down Adam Stroud, leaves it all on Ewan. Does get him. And it's just about time. BUHM taking the pistol round.
I think I just heard Ewan just scream his absolute head off. Oh.
No, he no!
No! He just screamed before the end of the round, and that just happened.
Ewan's timing completely slightly off the narrowest of margins.
That's the most embarrassing thing that could happen to you day 1 of a LAN. You scream your head off that you just did an absolute miracle play, and the bomb blows up right at the last second.
Oh, no, that is absolutely heartbreaking for BUHM. REY have
and Ollie's gone.
No,
Ollie's gone. It's all going wrong. Oh, God. Wing dropped to his knees. I mean, he was in absolute disbelief. What happened, Ollie? What happened, man? No! Oh,
that is I'm still
tragic.
In shock. I just want to crawl up in the corner.
I've never seen a man drop to his knees over Counter-Strike. That's the first time.
Can I just stop casting and go cry?
It breaks your heart, but if we want to be a little analytical, yeah, it just this game is very much down just to the aim battles, right? And with these Glocks, it just makes it so much easier, just constantly just being able to hold A and D and just into a bomb site, you know, and just the Glock will do its thing. So a very nice attempt from you, and at the end of the day, man, that's the type of stuff that could happen to you. And look, he's got the juice now.
And it is also a little bit of the micro from BUHM. Obviously, the kit was on Vexed as he fell. So I don't know if that was commed across. I don't know how panicky the comms were between the BUHM boys, but I think potentially Ewan may have had chance to go and get that kit and still defuse in the time. So it was such a fine margin that I can't blame him for sticking it.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to milliseconds, so it's very much just unlucky, and this is what they have to work with. A Ewan Zeus. I do love seeing a good Zeus.
Yeah, come on.
I want to see a knife
let me
kill.
hear the scream.
Oh,
there you go, guns. Yeah.
Ollie's about to
A aggression instead. Yeah, Ollie in prime position to capitalise. Deagle does bring out with one.
Is he running up with his knife out? What are you doing?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
He was attempting it. You know what? I take that back, Ewan. I respect you even more. Thank you.
Yeah, might as well just run at him with a Zeus. Do some emotional damage. Ewan's Deagle does take down Tor, but I still think this round's a bit beyond them. Low HP on Ewan, and it's now just Zeiss's USB. Maybe trying to escape with a weapon, but when you're being watched by 2 REY players, good luck.
A little tap, tap, tap from both sides. A little slow game from Zeiss, but that pissed around. It's still gonna just be on my mind for the rest of the day, I think.
Yeah.
We could be looking at a completely different story, but now we're here.
In good news, at least BUHM have already got as many rounds in this game as they have in the entirety of Epic Land so far.
There you go. There's a positive.
By their standards, they are putting up a very good showing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really want to look too deep into that because that's actually quite sad, but good for them. Honestly, good for them.
Improvement.
Improvement. You know, one step at a time.
They'll win a game by the end of the land. Trust me.
Let's hope so. Here we go. Kind of copying the same thing that REY did.
Yeah, once again, the canal aggression.
And REY's instantly on that, holding people crossing towards
Yeah,
mid.
having great faith in these A main players to just hold the stairs, make sure he can't be swung from there as soon as these smokes begin to fade.
Yeah, REY are happy to hold onto the nades, so let BUHM just dispose of them early.
Committing to these advanced positions for the CT, you need to expend so much utility to keep a hold of them and keep yourselves alive. And Zeiss falling to Ollie leaves Jay kind of isolated outside A main.
1 minute and BU have no smokes left, and this will not end well unless we see some more magical stuff from Jay. But double swing,
taking him down. Adam Stroud waiting for some aggression to come through, but REY being very disciplined with how they're approaching the game.
I mean, this very much has been a game of individuals. I mean, you see how spread out they are. I mean,
you can tell which one of these teams plays at a competitive level a lot more frequently. I will say
exactly.
that. Yeah, REY competing in a ESEA, UKIC, BUHM, very much an epic team. They used to be pretty consistent with their regiment, but obviously mainly just showing up for Epic now, having a bit of a laugh.
I
can't blame you for.
I feel like my competitive nature would take over a bit too
I mean,
much,
you like to win.
I love winning, but I think at the same time it's important to have fun. And I'm sure Rob is having fun killing his old teammates. So
yeah, leaving Adam Stroud all
He's
alone.
got a Zeus in hand. I would. It'd be such a a bird.
There has to be a Zeus or a knife in this game.
100%.
You can sense it coming.
I would pray. We're running out of rounds for that, but I hope someone's feeling a little bit cheeky and goes for a little knife or a Zeus. Or bring out a funny little gun like a Negev. You know what I mean? I hope some of them have it equipped, but that's me hoping.
I have the Negev equipped, but I'm also not a salaried Counter-Strike player.
That's why. What face of level are you?
Oh, we don't talk about that.
That's what I thought. All right.
I also have the R8 equipped.
Ooh, aren't you fancy? Okay. Yeah. T-side's going just as we expected. Yet to really see something. BU going to have to concede once again.
Yeah, save them for a collection of Deagles to support it.
We have seen Ewan step up in this half to try and help out Jay, which is nice, but here we go. Early aggression.
Aggression out B main. It is the rifle of Adam Stroud leaving the charge, but going down with absolutely nothing. Orb taking him down. The Deagle spam this time not connecting. But eventually does take down Zeiss. Ewan only goes one and done.
Nearly gets two.
And REY is on the complete other side of the map, but it does have the whoa. Okay, a little less overeager. He may have had the bomb. Maybe taken if he got both kills, maybe winnable. But this is a lot of what ifs. Really.
That's a man who gave up that round. Just wanted
yeah,
to get it done.
that's a man who's just committed to having fun.
Yeah. Having fun.
Go for the clip. Might as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You are being streamed, so make it as fun as possible. You know what? We've basically given up on them, but this is practically their last chance, so they're not fully out of it yet. We got the M4s back out. REY's already tagged down early. Zeiss is trying to hold off the horde of REY. Just a decent little nade, a little chunky bit of damage.
Yeah, REY very much trying to force their way through middle here. Just spam enough bullets down into house, at least one of them's going to connect, but BUHM finally cottoning on and realizing maybe we shouldn't be fighting these 3 AKs firing at us through the smoke. Lurk smoke deployed does draw the attention of Adam Stroud away from E-Box. And also causing a rotation of Ewan. Meanwhile, REY looking like they're grouping out towards this A site, and mid is almost completely open. It will be relying entirely on Zeiss from camera. Do eventually see Ewan rotating back. Zeiss gets the info on the jiggle. But BUHM pretty much trapped in here.
This is going to have to be a tower defense game right here.
REY. Yeah, getting swung out from 2 angles. Ollie taking down REY, putting it all on Zeiss, sole defender of the site. Does now have the support of Ewan. Adam Stroud falling on through the mid rotates. Zeiss does take down 1.
Okay, Zeiss. I love that
Zeiss
cover from
Ewan.
Ewan!
Great teamwork there from Zeiss and Ewan.
Oh, Rob.
And yeah, Vex getting all the information. Aura falling. BUHM up to 6 now. First off this CT side, and a little bit of BM.
A bit of hope there.
And a little bit of BM as well, Jay. Maybe didn't need to hold mouse 1 quite as long as you did there. But
no, I love it. We need more of that, honestly.
Yeah, come on, give us more of that.
I like this. Zeiss getting the kill on Bog, and he's got the cover. This is beautiful. Big up Ewan, who's stepped up heavily on the CT side. And hopefully that, winning around like that, winning your fights, build up the momentum, get the confidence flowing.
This has to be the start of the road to redemption for BUHM.
This would be some comeback.
I think if this one goes wrong, then it could be in trouble. Ewan immediately tanked to 15 HP.
Charles already in con.
Yeah, Adam Stroud almost caught out. Does eventually deploy the Molotov and does keep REY at bay for just a second.
Bog for the smoke.
Yeah, taking down Ewan, the mid player fallen. Adam so desperate. Yeah, he's hunting it.
Oh,
does have the cover from jail of Vex.
And Ollie safely making his way through that smoke again, not trying to give up a kill.
Second smoke deployed to keep Ollie at bay. REY still grouping outside B main already, crossing either side of the gates.
Well, let's see if they expect Jay towards pizza here.
You have to clear it. If one player's fighting in towards connector, the other one's going to be covering from somewhere. Adam does now make his way out towards the pillar.
Here we go. Util comes in.
Yeah, smoke deployed.
Let's see if Jay's got
Vex
something for
us.
us.
No flashes to get him off the angle, but it's just a pure aim that's winning REY this round. Leaving a lot on Zeiss and REY here, and I don't think it's going to happen. Saving the AKs is probably the best option.
It's got to hurt, man, because obviously I think in your heart you want to go for it and pull off some sort of miracle, but you got to think logically. If you want to have a chance of even getting it to OT, bringing an AK over, you have to.
Yeah, and the fact REY's upgraded himself from the MP9 to the M4 as well. And yeah, it's looking at the money of BUHM, saving these weapons is your only real option into the next. Zeiss could potentially drop one over. Adam Stroud or Vex could potentially buy for themselves. So you might get some sort of buy here for BUHM when you consider the loss bonus on top of that.
I want to see an XM wing. I've had enough. I want them to completely spice it up. Want to see some XMs. I want to see a Nova. I want to see shotguns. That's what I want to see.
You want to see shotguns?
Look, someone will buy a shotgun.
All right, I'm waiting.
Shotgun?
Is there a shotgun? Oh.
Yeah.
that's
Big up Corey, the observer. That's why we love our observers. I'm glad I don't have to observe because we get to watch this absolutely fantastic match. You always got to big up everybody behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but no, they're boring.
Shout out to
no
Corey.
Shotgun. Oh man. Oh well. We try and have fun here, but you know what? BU obviously want to play for the win.
They've put up a very respectable showing, I think, in this game.
6 rounds. That's
a team ranked 20 places or so above them in the seedings, so 6 rounds, respectable, I'd say.
But I mean, we did say in the first half, this would be the way it goes, and 1 round to show for it on the CT side. Welcome to Anubis. Maybe Donk was right, you know.
You're vendetta against Anubis, man.
No, I love Anubis. Well, I mean, it's practically the only map I ever play, I think, whenever I hop on. But we need new maps. Cash, Cobble, get back in here. I don't know what else.
I think the map. I quite like the current map.
I respect it.
And we are just going to see, yeah, through the fire and the flames, REY just want to finish this off quick. Straight up A-Rush coming in. And no one for BUHM here to defend it.
Well, let's see if they can replicate what REY did on the CT side and show us a nice textbook retake onto this bomb site. They've got a lot of util to play with. One more round. Come on, BU. Give us something.
Yeah,
thank you, Rob.
Smoke phase and Vex falls.
Oh,
and
no.
That may be the first pillar falling.
Right.
It's heavy damage onto some of the REY players, but Orb getting these kills onto Adam Stroud as well, and REY as well. Orb wants to finish them off all by himself, but Zeiss put some fade to that Dreams, but it doesn't matter. REY coming away 13-6 victories here on Anubis, getting their tournament back on track, now 2-2 currently, I believe. So, yeah, I think that's the motivation that they were hoping for in that game.
Wing, I had a dream of OT, and it didn't happen. I'm very sad. And of a knife, and a Zeus kill. You think with the rival... I don't want to look at that round.
That was absolutely heartbreaking for you. And you hear it last. We were certainly had it.
I was at you, and then you dropped to your knees in absolute dismay. That's got to hurt.
I think as soon as that defuse failed to come through, I think the game was over for BUHM, unfortunately. That is such a morale breaker, despite the hard work that the team was putting in. Yeah, it's a disappointing one, but congratulations to REY. 13.
I think, as much going on in my head, the win, you can tell that they have levels above BU. They play more consistently, they practice more, and you can tell they're a lot more experienced on their map. BU tried to, steal their map, go on to Anubis, think, you know what, we can show you what we got. Clearly you don't.
And that was a thing that we mentioned in the previous. Some of the Anubis has looked a little bit shaky in other competitions, but unfortunately the level, the practice that they've put in, it paid off at the end. The individual players carrying them through it as well. So
two things then. How do REY look at this and go forward? Obviously, we don't really know what matchups are going to look like, but pretty confident win against opponents you deserve to win. So level-headed, but at the same time, try and use that as momentum.
This needs to be the catalyst to restart their campaign.
Yeah.
Obviously, the very tight loss to Adept Club, and then the absolute thrashing they got at the hands of TLR. That's got to be a bit damaging to your motivation. So getting a win in a match that you should get a win in, looked like they were having a lot of fun playing it as well.
It did. They looked so free-flowing as they were running around on that T side. And finally, to end this off, who's your MVP then?
Oh, MVP.
You see, I had to look at kills, and Ollie and Rob were tied on 17 at the end. You can argue Ewan, a little consolation MVP.
Shout out to Ewan and Vex.
Shout out to Ewan and Jay, Vex. Well, that's the same person, obviously. But yeah. Shout out to them. They played as well as they could have.
They put up a valiant performance, but honestly, I think the work that Ollie was putting on that CT side for REY probably carries him as my MVP for this one.
Rob close behind, obviously.
Rob close behind, especially with the emotional pressure that he would have been under against his former teammates. But I think before the game we said that those two needed to step up, and they very much did today. So congratulations
100%.
to both.
So congratulations to REY. Obviously, right now, I'm not sure what the time is, but we're going to have a little break. And then Wing, I believe you're sticking around after the stream.
Yeah, I'll be sticking around. I'll be joined by Sheep
for
the next
that'll
game.
Be a lot of fun. I hope you guys stick around for that, because this man's an absolute genius. He'll deliver. Don't shake your head. Probably cut to a break. Thank you for joining. And you'll definitely see me and Wing sooner in the evening, so take care.